Good morning, folks. An absolutely gorgeous spring-like day out here on the farm. Amazing. You can't ask for a better day than this. We just come off of 2 days of hard freeze down like 22 degrees. Had to put propane heater in the greenhouse to keep everything from freezing. But we're beyond that now. We're not supposed to get any more freezing weather overnight within the foreseeable future, and we've got lots of projects here on the homestead to get done, so stick around. Yesterday we have our big drip works delivery got delivered. We did a big order because we have a lot more drip to put in here on the homestead. We were recently contacted by Drip Works to do a partnership with them. We don't get our product for free. We already believe in their product and we've been using it even before they contacted us. But they signed us up for the affiliate program, so if you use our link when you buy your DripWorks products, they will give us a kickback on that. It doesn't cost you a penny. And we just wanted to get the word out there for DripWorks because it's an amazing product. Very easy to use, the best stuff I've ever used with drip systems. It's so easy to put together, and the good thing is you can take it back apart. Whereas some of the other drip systems that you use, you'd play heck to get those things back apart. You almost have to cut them. And then some of your fittings, you can't even reuse them because you tore them up trying to get them apart. But these are modular. They come right apart. And I absolutely love them. If you click on the link, we're going to put in the description our affiliate link. And you have a product code or promo code that you can use, MK Farm, all one word. You'll get 10% off your order, which is huge. We got to use the product code ourselves, so that was nice. So we have a big project out here in the garden we've been talking about, and I think we're going to jump up with it today. I think the ground is dry enough after the recent rain we had to get this project done today. So walking out here in the garden, we're plenty dry enough to get this done. So what we need to do first, I need to take loose our lines here for the garden. We have a drip line going here, and the issue I've been having when I irrigate, this area here that we basically use for walking gets all muddy. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go down underground, we're going to come across and then stub back up, which is not only going to keep this drier because we're going to use from here to here, we're going to use mainline tubing with no emitters in it. But when we rototill the walk path in between during the year, I'm going to put this deep enough where we can just come around the corner with a rototiller and we don't have to worry about hitting these hoses or lifting the rototiller up or anything like that. I'm going to try to put them down around 10 inches. The rototiller only goes down about 3 or 4, so we won't have any issues with that. So we're going to get all of these unplugged and we'll pull them up out of here, out of the dirt. We're going to come back about one post, which is about 8 feet. So let's get her going. So to get these fittings apart, these screw fittings here screw down onto the hose. So to get them loose, you just turn these to where this screws back up off of the hose, and then you just wiggle the hose and pull that off. Okay, we got all of our hose disconnected. I pulled them up out of the mulch. We had the hoses laying right underneath the mulch layer. We will probably pull these hoses all back up and then lay them on the top because we're going to be putting a new mulch layer down on the garden. But that's for another video. So I wanted to show you on these fittings here where they come off the mainline tubing. You don't have to cut your mainline tubing. These have barbs in them where you just poke a hole, pop that into the mainline tubing, and then you got your shutoff valve here. We can shut off every row. here on the garden if we want to turn one row off or do whatever we want to do. We also originally, if you remember, we buried this hose that come from the hydrant across, and then we set it up into two different zones now. We have, see our lower hose down here. We've split the garden off from the fruit orchard because the fruit orchard needs to run a lot longer to get a lot more deeper water and more water than the garden needs. So we can run the fruit orchard and all around the grapes and everything all separately now, just by adding this one extra hose. And then I stubbed it out here on the bottom so we can throw another hose out. And when we put our new asparagus bed that's going to be full length of the garden outside the fence, we'll have that drip line. We'll bury it. We'll go to stub it up where the asparagus bed will start, because we're going to leave a lane to where we can mow against the fence. And we'll have a drip line for the asparagus. Right now the asparagus is not watered. It would do a lot better if it was. But let's get back to our project. I need to quit going squirrel on you here. I need to move all our little cages. We use these for either crop protection or just to support young plants. We can wrap these in plastic if we have to, if we're going to have an issue with hail or anything like that, if we wanted, and put over plants. I will probably use these to protect our tomatoes this year. If we have some weather coming in, we can get the tomatoes covered a little bit and maybe keep them from getting hailed out or frozen or whatever once we plant out, if we have an issue. So I just need to move these cages out of the way real quick. I'll just put them along either side of the fence here for a little bit. Okay, we got all of our cages moved. We got room to work now. So I'm going to do a little trick here to get this done. We're going to bring the tractor over, and we're going to do most of our digging with the tractor, because I can no longer use a shovel because I got an eye problem. I just can't see using a shovel anymore. So we'll probably start on this end, because if I start driving over all this, I can't see my lines where I pulled the hoses out. So we'll start on this end. We'll take the tractor bucket, which is about 5 feet wide, and we'll just dig down and pull that little bit of dirt out. That way, if we have to shovel at all, it's very minimal shoveling, because my back's not going to take that if we had to do all this by hand. So let's go get the tractor out. If you were with the channel at the time, you remember that's how we did this line across here. We just took the front loader on the tractor and dug the trench out. Now if you can straddle the line, we could use our stump wrecker bucket, but we're going to use the horizontal regular front loader bucket. There's little Johnny waiting for us. Brandy, you're excited for the tractor? We're going to get the tractor out. Are you happy? Yeah. Ruby's here too. All right, let's get Johnny out of here. Kelly's already been working on her pallet of mulch here. She's been mulching a lot of stuff out in the garden around the grain bin and stuff. One of the things she likes to do in the spring, keeps the weeds down. All right, folks, it's that easy. We're all the way over to where it meets this stake here. We'll go get a shovel just to kind of clean out the bottom of the trench. I think we'll pre-make our piece that goes down in here. That way we can just set it in the hole. Ruby, you like that nice cool dirt? Yeah? So let's get putting the line in. Okay, well, as long as Ruby stays out of our trench, I've got it cleaned out. And then we're going to measure to the bottom here from our fitting. And it looks like we need about a little over 2 foot. We'll go with 26 inches of tubing. And because I can't get these nozzles to go straight down because I got them weaved through the fence, I'm going to use the natural curve of the tubing to get me to the bottom. And then we have elbows for here, and then up here to turn our corners. So let's go cut our tubing. I'm going to measure what we need lengthwise here. We'll get that cut and put together. Got our order here. I had a brand new 100-foot roll of our 1/2-inch mainline tubing, and then I got a bunch of elbows. I got enough so I have some left over in my parts box, and they send you a nice catalog with your order so you can see all of their products. They don't just do drip systems, they do pond stuff and anything you need gardening, they have. Now I'm going to use up an existing roll that I had. When you work with this stuff, you want to string it out, let it lay in the sun for a little bit and relax. I don't know if I can show you in here. Probably not. But every now and then when you unroll it, you'll get like a kink in the hose because it wants to stay in a curve. But if you unroll it, it'll relax. If you do get a kink in the hose, just straighten it out and then pinch the hose back around again and you're just fine. So we're going to cut 6 pieces, 26 inches. Those will be our down pieces. And then we need 7-foot pieces for the trench. So we'll cut 6 7-foot pieces. Got our 6 pieces cut. You can just use like garden scissors to cut them. Cuts right through, no problem. So now I'm going to put an elbow on one end of all of these. Okay, we'll show you how easy these are to put together. You make sure your collar is screwed clear to the back, and then you put it on the end of your hose. And see how you've got a high spot right in the middle here. You want your hose to go over that high spot like that. It's all the way in there. Then all you got to do is take your collar, screw it down. It screws onto that hose on the back side of that high spot. And that's your connection. That's all there is to it. Now we're going to spin this around because our hose is going to go in the trench like this with the angle going out, and then our elbow at the bottom, and then our 7-foot hose will come off of here. So we're going to put all these on, and then we'll work on cutting our 7-foot hoses. Alright, got our downspout in there, got an elbow, got our 7-foot piece, got another elbow. We had to cut an 11-inch piece to come up because the fitting had like 1.5 inches on either end. So we're sticking up out of the ground over here. So once we get all this done, we'll just take our drip line, bring it over here, cut it where we need it, plug it in, and it's done. So I just backfilled a couple shovels full of dirt just to hold the line in place. So all we got to do is take the tractor now. We'll come out here with the bucket and just backfill this. Okay folks, that's all there is to it. Got her all covered up. We'll come back later and rake this around, make it smooth. Got our little stub up here, ready for our drip line. Now we just have 5 more to do, and because we've already have everything cut, it'll go fast. Ruby, it's already buried. You don't want to dig it up. You don't want to dig it up. Then I'll have to bury it again. Ruby, no. On our last one here, this one we had to get a little crafty. I can't just dig and put all the dirt over here because it gets in the fence and then I can't shovel it out. So I just dug and moved it back behind and dumped it. Still got some in the bucket. But I'll have a little more shoveling to do in this one than usual. Another thing I like about this product, see how our elbow is crooked right here with the row? All we have to do is loosen it up and turn it. Not a big deal. If it was PVC, we wouldn't be able to do that. And then, like this one down here, we'd be really in trouble because I put it on completely backwards. So we just spin it around, we're all good. You want to do that, Ruby? Spin that thing around for me? No, that's not in your job description, huh? That's not on your union card. All right, got the tractor put away because we're done with that. Got the rake out, smoothed everything over. It gave us a good opportunity to smooth this area out too, because picking up the rototiller creates waves over here. But now we won't have to do that. Got all of our little spouts sticking up all the way down the line, ready to connect our drip lines. So we're going to do that real quick. Got a blister. Wasn't using gloves today. I had a coworker once we all called Blister because he always showed up when the work was done. All right, folks, we're just about race ready. It's almost garden season. So the only thing left to do is before we turn the water on the first time, we'll open all the drip lines on the end one at a time while the system is on, just to blow out any dirt that may be in the line. We were real careful not to get dirt in the line, but you never know if it got in there. You never know. It might not hurt much. It'll probably just go to the end and just stay there. But that's all we got left to do. Real happy we got this project done. It's going to make it so much nicer out here. It's not going to be all muddy when we irrigate. And again, we can come around the corner with the rototiller. What do you think, Ruby? You glad we're done with this? You ready to go in? All right, folks, we got everything put away. That project went beautifully. Super fast, super easy, and it's because of those DripWorks fittings. They're so easy to use. You don't need any tools. All you got to have is something to cut your tubing, and they have a fitting for everything you want to do under the sun. It's unbelievable, for 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, and different types of tubing. It's amazing the stuff they got, and they just, again, they don't do just drip stuff. They do stuff for ponds. They do stuff for gardening. They've got tools, all kinds of stuff. Check out their website. So if you want to go check out their products, I'm going to put the affiliate link down in the description. Now, by clicking that link, it doesn't cost you anything additional. All that does is lets them know that we referred you to them, and they reward us for that. So that just works out great because we were already using their product, and we were happy that they reached out, because we have people contacting us daily, 2 to 3 people daily sometimes, wanting us to get their product and do a video on it without even using it. And that's not something we're going to do. We're not paid prostitutes like some of these other channels that'll do a video on anything somebody sends them. That's not us. So we have to believe in a product. We have to use the product already pretty much. And there needs to be a benefit to you all as well. So if you click on that affiliate link and make an order, use our discount code MKFarm that they sent to us for you to use. 10% off your total order. And make sure you get everything in your first order that you need. You know, double check, because I think this is a one-time per household discount code. So get all that you need. So we've got plenty more projects to do. Kelly's got the drip tube all ready to put. She wants to put on her sunflowers out by the barn, so we're not sprinkler irrigating all the weeds. So that's going to work out nice. And we'll get to that project here soon. But right now we're going to go watch softball. My cousin's kids, Ida and Lily, are back on the same team this year, so we're so excited. Every now and then they're not on the same team because of age. So got them both together again this year. The dynamic duo is back. So we're going to go watch softball. We've been really excited, waiting for softball to start. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here at Markelly Farm. We've got so much to do. I hope you enjoy hanging out with us, and we'll get her done.
Come on out, staying here in the air.